50 blogs in the first few months. Let's go. 1,500 words to 2,500 words. Why do I smash my websites with long form guide-like content? Is topical authority real? Is it an actual thing? Huge myth, or does it actually help? Now, what are we talking about? So let's say we're building a website for an accountant or a bookkeeper or a financial advisor or a tradie, right? You have your main core service pages. You have your service offerings. We do bathroom renovations. We do laundry renovations, kitchen renovations, right? They're the service pages that we are attempting to sell our services on. Behind each page is a cluster of 10, 20, 30 blogs. These days, they are guide-like, super well-researched pieces of content which prove to Google that we are trustworthy on this topic. Boy, things have changed in the last few years. 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you can load 10 blogs, 10 long-form guide-like pieces of content, poorly written, and they would all rank if they were the only ones of their kind. So we would do things like top 20 things to deduct, then top 15 things to deduct on your tax return, recommended by an accountant, and both of those posts would rank. Top 10 flower shops, Melbourne, Sydney, and then another top 50. Both posts would rank. Sometimes all 4 posts would rank. We did something like top 20 private schools in Melbourne. Each list has different schools. All 4 posts ranked. Long gone are those days. It's a lot harder than that. The process is still the same. It's just much, much harder to prove to Google you're trustworthy. But let's say Google lands on your website. You've got bathroom renovations, kitchen renovations, laundry renovations, and then behind them are 10 blogs each that showcase how experienced you are on those services. You're talking about the bathroom renovations jobs that you've done, the difficult things about them, how to choose tiles, how to do this, how to do that, and you're talking about it like you've done the work. That's telling Google you are trustworthy on the topic when it compares you with websites that do not have that content. So it's all about going up against the competitors and doing things that are better than them, right? Have more blogs, have more links. I don't want to talk about other aspects of SEO. It's purely from the perspective of topical authority. Cover all the topics. Now, I used to mull over the one topic multiple times. These days, we're pruning, cleaning up, deleting, redirecting, updating. If there was a post on a wedding website of top trends of 27 on wedding dresses, long gone. We have a look at the traffic that those pages receive. If they've still got some good traffic, if they've got time on page, we leave them. If they're performing well, we leave them. If they haven't had a visitor for a few months, we get rid of them. We combine them. We don't completely throw away the content. We might rewrite it. Sometimes we do. It's just essential to still reconnect the plumbing because there could be links pointed to those pages and you don't want those links hitting a 301, a 404 page. So every link, every page that we used to have gets redirected to its most relevant page. Or if you're not sure what that is, just go to the home page. It's rare that I need to redirect anything to the home page because we've always got a similar blog to the one that we've rewritten or created. In my eyes, and all the data that I look at, and with that data is a lot of client campaigns, but also a lot of my own private websites that I use for testing, rank and rent sites, lead gen sites. So I see the cost of entry to market. I load 10 poor quality blogs on one side, better quality blogs on another site, even better quality blogs on a third site. Fourth site gets blogs with authors. Fifth site is client site, which gets best of everything. And I see how Google reacts to these things. Some websites get links, other websites don't, and vice versa. So there's a lot of data that I have to play with, thankfully, after doing this for over 15 years. A lot of those sites are still alive and kicking, still producing data, leads. A lot of sites have tanked, and I love watching sites that have tanked, which means they've dropped. Not good if it's a client site, but if it's my own site, I can see why it's tanked versus sites that have gone up. and we've got a mixture of data across the lot. So we see, okay, right, this site is missing author pages, trust signals. This site is mulling over the same topic over and over time. This site is mulling over too many different topics. This was meant to be a website about childcare and education. Why is it writing about things of a different niche? So cleaning things up. So long story cut short, topical authority decreases search engines' cost of query network. So like when it sees your site, it sees the clusters, it's easier for it to understand what your website is about. Focus on informational gaps rather than just keyword gaps. So with core content pages to establish site theme, expand to topics mentioned in the core content, aim to outrank large authority sites in the industry. So a lot of the time when we kick off a campaign, we look at the big boys and we're like, we shouldn't touch those topics because the big boys are mauling over them. Wrong, go after those key terms. If the competitors, big monster sites have created that content, we can write it better. So in a nutshell, whether it's my own personal rank and rent sites, if it's a client site, it's the same playbook. It's just much, much harder and much more costly than ever before to create this content at scale. We create a content map with silos to make sure each topic is covered well. We plan the exact titles, the exact structure of the blog, the exact topics that need to be covered. We plan out the TF-IDF, which is essentially the keyword density and how many times a certain keyword needs to appear on that page, how many keywords are bold, how many words on the page. Images have to be unique, and we make sure we don't overlap with any other topics. Then we plan out the cross-linking strategy, so these blogs are all interlinked with one another. So it's easy for Google to see the cluster of content. Blogs get researched, blogs get created, external links, internal links, all to create one blog. It's a lot of work, and I absolutely love it. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions.